Oil markets have jumped sharply over the past few sessions, with both Brent and WTI now pushing up against their October 2025 resistance levels. To help break down what's behind this sudden move, I'm joined by Marco Saggese, oil market specialist and VP of Clearing and Execution Sales at StoneX. Welcome back, Marco.
Thank you very much.
Nice to see you again.
Indeed.
So let's start with this. What's behind the recent surge in Brent and WTI prices?
The surge has been completely backed by the situation in Iran, which in itself is a really interesting scenario because as opposed to all the other involvements we've had from the United States in foreign affairs, this one has actually been created internally at first. So there's discontent going on in there. And what's pushed the market up so rapidly is the movement of the armed forces towards Iran into the Straits of Hormuz, which is absolutely crucial in getting oil out of that area. So I'm hearing a lot of different stories out there. It's quite worrying, really, sort of Iranians putting mines out there to stop the ships coming in. And quite rightly, you look at that scenario, if you see a big armada coming your way, you would try and defend yourself which makes a lot of sense. But it's a bit of a tricky situation because the way people are viewing this is that you're poking the wounded animal, which is always a dangerous thing to do. So there's a bit of worry and concern that there'll be some disruption to supply if anything escalates any further at the moment. Fundamentally, the market is looking quite sensible, shall we say. OPEC are meeting next week, and they are not looking to change their supply policy at the moment, so there's no change on that front. It is purely driven by this Iranian situation right now and possible escalation. So you can see that in the structure of the market, far more stronger backwardation, and creating that in itself creates trading issues for people holding the asset.
Of course. Okay, so then not fundamentally driven, then more about positioning and flows. So how are physical traders positioning themselves right now then?
So, I mean, the world has to carry on. So we still have to have physical oil, has to still travel around. So you'd be looking for alternative supplies, maybe, just a bit more secure supplies around the place. Now, as it happens, the market is flooded with oil. So we don't really see an issue in terms of supply and chain problems right now. And I think, physical traders will be very conservative right now in their approach to where they trade physical oil. And hedging will probably be also following the same pattern as in we have to hedge because we can't spec on this on the physical position right now. We have no idea where this market's going to go. It's that uncertainty that we've seen throughout other markets, in the precious market, in the base metals market as well. It's going to provide a real reasoning of caution and steadiness that we've had now for already over a month, with all the different disruptions that we've seen out there. So it's quite interesting in that activity hasn't fallen that we've seen.
Considering what's happening.
Considering what's happening. I saw a quote recently saying, don't go into the weekend short. This makes, again, a lot of sense in high volatile markets. We've seen the volatility, people getting involved in the option market much more now because of the high premiums that are available there. There's been a lot of changes in approach to trading, but no less trading, probably a little bit more trading, if anything, bit more as insurance than speculative.
Okay, so what do you think are then the key risks that could help extend or reverse this rally?
So the difficulty is, and just beyond oil markets, maybe if there is an attack on Iran by the US, then we move into completely different territory. It becomes something, akin to a black swan, which would be very, very difficult to mitigate for. But that's what one would have to do. And that's what people are trying to do at the moment, is trying to mitigate for the possibilities of going out there. Fundamentally, the market should be driven downwards. And before all these upheavals we've seen in the last 6 to 7 weeks, We're looking at a target price for Brent around $50 even, people were talking. And now we're up at 70 with the possibility of going to 80, 90 if things escalate. So it's a very, very difficult situation. People would expect this market to come down, but you would not go short right now. It's just too dangerous. So conservatism has been the call now for 8 weeks, as I keep telling everyone.
So one more thing, Marco, given the level of escalation that we're seeing right now, is there any way around it?
Well, what we've seen in the past quite often is that US foreign policy has been extremely aggressive, and we've seen it with Venezuela, we've seen it with Greenland, but what's been the end result in all these matters? Something happens and a threat is made, but actually then we come back to something which makes a little bit more sense. And hopefully that's what we will see in this scenario, where we are trying to achieve a certain goal, which we could resolve with high aggressive threats, or we could sit down around the table and actually discuss it.
Yeah, it seems to be Trump's MO to go in heavy and then retract a bit.
It does seem to be the MO, and hopefully, and fingers crossed, that that's the way it's going to be.
All right, Marco, thank you again for your time. And thank you to our viewers for watching. For more financial content, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.